Okay, so this is September 28th, 2022. I'm Diane Barrett from the BE Collection, and I'm here today with
Ellen Debach-Riley,
uh
currently retired. Interested in speaking with you because of the recent Dobbs decision that overturned Roe versus Wade. Because as a lesbian, people often don't think that's a subject that would affect us. And what became very clear to me, probably in the last couple of weeks, when my adult child was watching a movie and the subject came up in the movie about abortion, I mentioned to them that I had had an abortion when I was younger, and they were very surprised. And I wanted to share that story because it truly affects all women. I mean, just because I'm a lesbian doesn't mean that I've never had relationships with men. And at the time, I was probably 16 or 17, and I used contraception. I had birth control pills, but it was prescribed for acne. It wasn't prescribed for contraception. So I imagined that it was a low dose, and I ended up becoming pregnant at the age of 17 and clearly had no intentions of marrying the person who I was with at the time. And I was very fortunate in that he was able to arrange my abortion, and we went to Las Vegas, spent the weekend there. My parents never knew. Um, and it was still a very traumatic experience, but it was something that was was not something you told anybody about, something that I was rather ashamed of at the time, and was just thankful that it was available to me because it would have changed my entire life. I mean, I probably would have ended up marrying someone I didn't love, being unable to pursue a career of my own, um, and not being able to fulfill who I really am, which, probably within a year after that, became clear to me that I was a lesbian. So I think it's important that that abortion be available to women. Anyone can fall into a situation of being pregnant, and it's such a life-changing experience, um, that I just think that it's criminal to tell women that because of a choice that you made as a very young person, not probably recognizing the full consequences. And in my situation, probably somewhere thinking that I was protected, only to find out that I wasn't. Um, and, it, again, having a child either out of wedlock or marriage, it really could completely change your life. So it makes me worry for other people. So it makes me think about all the other situations where folks could become pregnant and not want to be, especially um, people who are victims of rape, especially vulnerable people like disabled folks. And I worked in healthcare, and I know of situations where, mentally disabled women become victimized, and to think that they would have to live a life with a dependent child and not be able to care for them, what that does to them and their entire families. I think also about, the economic impacts where I never would have been able to create my own career. I always would have been dependent on the family that came out of an unwanted pregnancy, um, much less living my life with a woman as I've chosen to now. So it's just so important that that option be available, and that people don't end up being harmed by an unwanted pregnancy. So that's really the reason that I wanted to speak up.
Did you have anything else you wanted to add?
No, I just wanted to share my experience because I'm sure I'm not the only one that has had a similar kind of experience, and that, you know, people that are making choices for others need to realize that they're not in their shoes. What a huge impact that can make on an individual's life.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
So that's really all I wanted to share.
Well, thank you.